Kyle Meredith. I'm sitting here with the Southern Soul Assembly. We've got Marc Broussard, J.J. Gray, Luther Dickinson, and Anders Osbourne. Welcome to town, guys.
Well, thank you for having us. Thank you.
And it's great to have everybody back in town. And this is such a special thing that you guys do, which, I don't know, how long you guys been doing it now? I think you were trying to figure that out.
Something around 16 or 17 years. Is that right, guys?
I believe you'd be a band by now. You'd think you'd be a band by now.
Yeah, you can't pull the loose ends together with this group. We like to perform together, but when it comes to actually forming a real band, it's always in the works.
Yeah, right.
For 17 years.
Once that contract comes out, it's
yeah, exactly.
I don't know if
I'm kidding. We've been doing this for about 3 years.
All right. And we'll do this setup here. I mean, why? What brought you guys together to do this whole thing? Anybody can take the mic. You've got to lean into it, though.
My manager said, "Do you want to do a songwriter in the round thing?" He's like, because I had talked about it before doing something like that, and then he's like, "Well, why don't we get Marc Broussard and Anders and Luther?" I was like, "Yes," and then he just went and did it. So it was like it was really kind of his brainchild, and I was just excited to be a part of it.
It's completely magical to have all you guys in the studio like this. And playing tonight at the Brown Theater, I should mention that with the details at WFPK.org. How's it work? I mean, what do people get out of the show? Is it, it's all four of you out there at once, right? Everybody in the round?
Yeah, we take turns singing our songs, but we back each other up a lot. Some songs are totally intimate with just a sparse guitar and vocal, interpretation. But sometimes we'll have bass, drums, or mandolin, or guitars, electric guitars. We've developed quite a little psychedelic folk rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, does it ever bleed past the stage show? Do you guys ever start working on songs? Has this birthed any co-writing for you guys at any point?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before we started doing this, Anders and I had done some writing together, and I think that was always the mission. Once we started doing this, was to work together as much as we possibly could, and to take advantage of the time that we spend together. So that was a priority for me as soon as we hit the road, for sure. And every chance that we get, we're sharing inspiration with one another. Mm-hmm. If one of us gets inspired, we call another one in and say, "Hey, check this out." And so, yeah, it's been a very collaborative, situation for since we started doing this.
Yeah, I mean, you're that close from becoming the Southern Highwayman at this point, just that close. You got to push it right over the edge.
20 more years of age. Yeah.
Well, let's hear a song. I want to catch up with all you guys on the solo stuff too, but let's hear the magic happen first.
J.J. Gray. Come on, J.J. Gray. Why don't you turn it on?
Come on, J.J.
Throwing it at me. Okay. All right. I don't know where to put this. I'm going to put it right there.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Can you hear that? Is that coming through? In the piney woods, hell in its own place, working that stick of gold, flowing from a cat face, Lord, and that fever's high, hard luck life, ooh, real boy, the sun is going down. Deep in the piney woods, breathe it till your head aches, working for 6 dimes, breathe it till the ground shakes, Lord, and that fever's high, hard luck life, ooh, red boy, the sun is going down. Come on, Anders. in the piney woods. Hell in its own place, Lord, and that lungs can't breathe. Poison heat, fever's high, hard luck light, heavy load, like a stone. Real boy, the sun is going down.
That's fantastic.
That's J.J. Gray, y'all. That's J.J. Gray.
Part of the Southern Soul Assembly that's playing tonight at the Brown Theater, WFPK.org. Getting out, I mean, it's got to be kind of so different from your usual bands, I would guess. Do you find yourselves being competitive with each other? I mean, everybody's got chops.
Well, it's not competitive per se, but every once in a while, the guy before you will sing something that just moves and shakes the room so intensely that you're like, oh, man, how do I follow that? Or the song you thought you wanted to sing, you realize isn't appropriate, and you got to rethink it really quickly. Yeah. It's really fun, man.
Yeah, getting out there. And as far as the choosing songs, this is just at your whim, I'm guessing. And you throw it at the other guys and say, make it even more magical. I mean, is that how it works?
Yeah, there's no set list. I think I've started with the same song for maybe 5 shows in a row now, but I think that I've played a different song every night, at least one different song every night than the previous nights. And I've heard a wide array of tunes from the other guys on stage every night, too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's totally, keeping on your toes for the rest of you. And again, I'll say, I'll repeat what I just said. I mean, it goes to show, what kind of chops we have in this room to be able to pull it off like that. But, I mean, I guess you all come from sort of similar music backgrounds, which must help. And actually, I'll throw this over to some of the solo stuff because what, Mark, you put out the record, was it late last year, early this year with SOS2?
Yeah.
And I think that record specifically goes to show about what a lot of you guys, the music that you're birthed from.
Yeah, we've talked about it a few times, and I think that if you took if we made a list of our favorite 50 bands from all time, you would see the earliest influence. I think you would see us crossing over, and then as we age, you'll start to see our influences start to drift outwards into other places. But I think all of us were really heavily influenced, or at least we gravitated to music because of the same things, the similar things that we heard in the music. I think that there's a soul and a rhythm and blues streak that runs through all of us. That's the common thread,
Yeah. I'd also like to point out, Mark, that you are the only one who tweets with regularity.
What's tweet?
We're trying to cut that back.
I had this image in my head of all you guys on the bus or whatever, and then everybody's, having a good time chilling. And Mark's always in the back there on his phone.
Yeah, it's probably pretty accurate, actually.
I got excited about it. My management told me about it, and I got excited, and I did it 3 or 4 times, and they're like, you realize you haven't tweeted on your account for 4 years? I'm like, okay, I don't even know that I did. I forgot I had one.
It's all right. It only makes it a little bit more difficult for the interviewer to figure out.
But I'm trying to do Instagram now personally, and I'm trying to follow a little bit more of Mark's lead on that. Actually,
I do.
Instagram's great.
Yeah, you're a pictures people.
Yeah,
you like the pictures, like the visuals.
And you can only zoom in one way. You can't copy it or nothing. It's just this. I love that move right there.
This is
can
so.
You tweet on the picture though?
You can put a little comment on your picture.
You can.
Do both.
We should not have a social media strategy session right here.
I'm so loving every bit of this right now.
Mark's like, okay, time out. Where are we going with this?
I'm trying to parallel this with all your music right now, and it's really funny. It honestly is.
We're actually talking Instagram.
JJ, you're the only one who doesn't have a brand new record out, right?
Yeah.
Is that going to change anytime soon?
No.
No, it's done.
Yeah,
you're over. It's done.
I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah.
I've always talked about a record coming, and then it's just like it's that. No, I got stuff. I guess I don't know. I just I don't know. I'm just hanging out, jamming, and when enough songs come together, when it finally happens, it happens.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to drag me into the studio, kicking and screaming. So, and sometimes I can't wait to get in there. And right now I'm in between the two, so which means I got a little ways to go yet before I'm ready to go.
So you're not quite ready just to crutch on the greatest hits for the rest of.
Maybe something next year, or maybe something next year.
Yeah, be good to see. Luther, you got new music out too?
Well, Blues and Ballads came out last year, solo record, and my brother and I have a new All-Stars, North Mississippi All-Stars record coming out June 2nd.
Yeah, no, we've been
we're
playing
really
those
excited
couple
about
singles
that.
about that.
Yeah,
yeah,
thanks.
yeah, it's good. And Anders, we'll throw you in here. Go and promote your latest record.
I released something in August called Flower Box.
A beautiful record, as always.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a 4-piece, rocking thing. And a few months in March before that, last year, I released Space Dust and Ocean Views, which is more of a meditative kind of mellow thing. And I got another record in the can. We're wrapping it up, the final things, but we don't have a release date. But it's coming out shortly, I think.
You hear that, JJ? 3 releases.
Oh, yeah.
In a year's
Well,
time.
yeah, that's what happens when you write as prolifically as Anders does.
You're an amazing
It's
writer.
not quality, though. It's just quantity.
You're all amazing writers. We really do appreciate having you guys in here. Southern Soul Assembly tonight at the Brown Theater, WFPK.org, and I think we can coax them into a second song. What's
Anders.
going on, guys?
Okay.
Yeah.
First time I met you, you blew me away. And even though you're gone to stay. Yeah, your memories linger on. Baby, why you had to do me so wrong. Talk about wrecking a perfectly happy home. You got some kind of nerve, girl, to come on this strong. Yeah, you know damn well, baby, I never asked you to come along. Yeah, you push me and you pull me and you tore my heart apart. Yeah, you shook me, baby, and you took me and you left me all alone in the dark. Oh, Katrina, what have you done? Yeah, my sweet Crescent City, you know it's almost gone since you came along. Babe, I just can't go home. Katrina. Now what have you done? You know everything I love, it's almost gone since you came along. Baby, I just can't go home.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, for those of you listening on the radio, and even for those of you watching on Facebook, I'm sure that sounds and looks great, but there is something completely magical about being in the same room with you guys. And I'll use that as another promo for the show tonight. It's the Brown Theater. The details are WFPK.org. Anders Osbourne, Luther Dickinson, J.J. Gray, Marc Broussard. They are a Southern Soul Assembly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys so much for coming in here today. I really appreciate it,
Thank you for
guys.
having us.